Hey, what's up guys, Jeremy here. It's now time to take everything we've learned in this basic mechanism module and apply it to a real station. We'll do a simple pick and place application using a 2-finger gripper and a linear rail. Let's get started. Let's start this project by opening 06G linear rail pick and place. So some of the work is already done, but I planned on creating all the rest in this video, another one. So first thing we need to do is create an array of range here with the targets and everything so that we can pick range from this side or this array here and place them in the other array here. So first of all, I need to look at my station. So I have a linear rail here that can bring the robot from one side to the other. And I have one gripper here that can open and close its jaw. I don't have any TCP attached to the robot though, so I just have the mechanism, but I still need to have a TCP so that I can pick objects. Because if you were to create a program here and add a attached object, if you don't have a TCP, if you just have the gripper, you won't be able to attach the object to anything. So you absolutely need to have a TCP. So let's just create one quickly. If you don't have the 3D model that comes with it, or if you can't use the 3D model because it's already there, you can just right click and add TCP. It will add a TCP at 200 millimeters along the z-axis. So I can change that a bit. 190 makes sense. I will call that gripper TCP, let's say. Perfect. Okay, so now we have something to work with. I will start by creating both of the position for the linear rail and both the position for the gripper to pick and release objects. So I already have a few folders here. So let's create the targets for the gripper. The targets for the gripper, we'll create them in the chunk gripper base here. So create one here, create a second one here. Those two, don't worry about that. You can bring it back to home. So, oh, by the way, I just see that the home position isn't really suited for what we need. So I'm going to change that up already. So minus 90 here. And then let's rotate here in this direction. It's better if I'm doing it this way. I will have the logo of chunk showing here. I will copy these values, parameters, set home position, and then paste here. Click OK. OK, and if I bring it, oops, what did I do wrong? Minus 90, and then here, minus 90. I will copy that here, parameter, set home position, and paste. I clicked on copy instead of paste. So now if I bring the robot somewhere and I click home, it's going back there. Perfect. So I have two targets. These targets will be linked to the chunk gripper. So right click, robot linked chunk gripper. I will call the first one gripper open, second one gripper closed. Here, that's a bit annoying. That's very annoying, in fact. So we'll just call it G close and G opened. Perfect. So opened will be the value we have here. So 40. So I'll click here, this one, and teach current position. I don't need to see it. It doesn't need to be visible. On the other hand, I don't know exactly the distance I have here. I need here. I could measure it, honestly. So I could go tools and then measure and just pick 1 point here and 1 point here. There's 18 millimeters here. So the final position should be at around 18 millimeters. That, so here this will be closed. So teach current position. Perfect. I can make it invisible. That's great. So those both are linked with the shunt gripper. Opened, closed. Now I can create the programs that come with it. So let's create 2 programs. Here the first one will be pressing F2 to rename. Gripper open, and here gripper closed, close, oops, F2, gripper close, gripper open, joint, I can remove those 2, and then here closed, here I can remove those 2. I need to remember to go and link to the shunt gripper. Shunt gripper, I can remove the pad here. So this will be open, this will be closed. Opened, closed. Perfect. So I can bring those 2 under gripper positions. Perfect. Great. Now let's do the same for both the linear rail positions. So I'm going to double click the linear rail, move it somewhere like this here. I will select that frame, select that linear rail, create a target. I will move the other way around, the other way here, and do the same again. Select the linear rail, the frame, target. So this way both of these targets are already created with respect to the linear rail. I will go, so here will be rail pause 1. This will be rail pause, pause 2 here. So 1 target, the other one. I don't need to see those. I can select and create 2 programs. I can link them to the linear rail. I can make this one like this. I can make this one like that. I can rename this one rail pause 1 and just rail pause 2. Great. Okay. I'm gonna move those to rail positions. Whoops. Here. Perfect. So I have these 2 here. Perfect. I'm gonna hide the path. So now I can start creating creating the targets and the different let's say range. I can duplicate the range and the target. So I would start by creating the target. That would be the first thing I would do, honestly. So I would move here. So in this case, I'm just gonna see here if I have the object reference visible. Yeah, that's great. So I'm gonna go ahead and get with robot with the UR5. So now I'm very aligned in terms of X and Y. So I can change that here, and I can just press minus a few times and move that down somewhere here. There's a small collision with this here. I'm aware of that, but yeah, we'll have to deal with it for now. Yeah, could have better designed my array. Okay, now I will create a target onto frame range 1. So this will be the first target. Target 1 using range 1. So that's great. I will go to the home position here. Oops, not the home position of this here, but the home position of the robot here. I will create a joint target on my UR5 frame here. So set a joint target, and I will teach current position. This will be transition. So this means that even if I'm at my rail position 2, if I go transition, it will always go to the same joint values. Doesn't matter where the rail is. So that's great. So this way I can go to that transition position when I'm moving the rail. So go back to rail position 1. We have target 1. We have our rail, and we are a few minutes in. I'm going to simply create the targets for this video. So let's go and measure the distance between these 2 points here. So I can go tool, measure, extract center point. I'm gonna go from this point here to this point here. So there's exactly 70 millimeters in between these. So that's great. I can simply select these 2. I'm gonna call it here. Yeah. Wrench 1. Okay, cool. Great. I'm gonna go in, yeah. Wrench 1, because this will be wrench 1 and this will be wrench 2. So wrench 1. And I will create a frame, add a reference frame, and we'll reset its position. This will be just my frame dummy, Control C, and then here Control V. So that's great. Then I will move that 70 millimeters, 70 like this, close it, select these 2. I can do it, I need to do it one by one because I can't select multiple type of objects as one when it's time to creating those. So right click, change support, range 1. I will copy these 4 here, Control C, and then Control V. I can just move them another 70 millimeters, and I can move them. Oops, I can move the 2 here to wrench 1. I can move these 2 to wrench 1, and I can do Control V once more, and I can move them another 70 millimeters or 140 in this case because I have 2. And I can change support, wrench, change support, wrench 1, and then I can copy all of those, Control C, Control V. I can, I'm gonna, first of all, so I'm gonna delete all of these. I will reset the position of this one here, copy all of these, Control C, and then Control V here. And I will move this one up like this here. Perfect. 290, that's great. I'm gonna take all of these. Oops, I need to select all of these, change support, and then frame wrench 1, and then select all the targets, right click, change support, frame wrench 1, and then if I select all of these, they should be in the right order. So right click, rename group, wrench 1 here. So it's gonna be wrench 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's great. And here the wrench, honestly, I don't really need to have a number. I could just have them called wrench, and that's great, or have a number like that. That also works. Anyway. Okay, so that's everything for today's video. Now we have the targets, we have the objects. We can start kind of creating our program to move them from one side to the other. So we'll do that in the next one. Have a great day, guys.